Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Bowling on CBS Sports Network. Dave Ryan alongside Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Ballard. We're joined by tour star Shannon O'Keefe as well in a moment. Bottom line here, partners, star-studded field. 3 of our 4 bowlers are major champions.
It's unbelievable. I'll tell you, this Sacramento Open can go to any one of these bowlers. Every single one of them has TV experience. They have major championship experience, and there isn't anything more you could ask for. To be honest with you, this one's up for grabs. I personally have a little bit of a favorite, but I love them all, but I'm going to take Liz. She has the most experience.
We look forward to it. Shannon O'Keefe now joined by our top seed, Liz Johnson.
Liz, you are the 2-time reigning player of the year. This is your second TV appearance of the 2017 season. What are your goals for the rest of this year?
I feel really good. I feel really confident. I feel physically and mentally strong and very sharp right now. So I'm just going to try to keep hopefully making more shows and get a win or 2 out of it as well.
So in order to bring this win home today, what are you focusing on?
I got to throw 10 really strong frames. You know, we got 3 great bowlers out there. And, you know, I'm bowling on, you know, that CD game. And, you know, if I can make the good shots and really stay down and focus on my target, hopefully I can come on top.
Thanks, Liz. Dave, back to you.
Shannon, thanks so much. Liz Johnson trying to overcome the disappointment of not winning the Queens as the #1 seed. Top seed here as well. PWBA Storm Open is next. It's time to bowl. PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. Carolyn Doran-Ballard, my Hall of Fame analyst. Shannon O'Keefe with you here to watch this first match. And out of the gate, CDB, we've got some great bowling, no question. Star-studded field.
A lot of experience, a lot of titles.
Danielle McEwen gets us going. Last shot there in the 3-6-10 up.
Danielle's just been on fire ever since she left college. When she left college, joined the tour, boom.
Timing out the graduation from FDU with the return of the tour pretty well. Already a major champion, only 25 years old. Good cover, good mark. Zavialova. Riga, Latvia, her hometown, now lives in Austin, Texas, only 25 years old and a 2-time Queens champion. Very elite list of the all-time greats. First shot, all 10 down.
I'm going
future for the sport oil pattern.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna enjoy talking about this oil pattern. Okay, voila, people. Here it is. Here's the magic. 44 feet, medium volume of oil, medium scoring pace. Look right here. This is the area that I'm going to talk about. This is where the concentration of oil is. This is also where the most concentration of oil is. This is telling you right there that what these girls had to do during the week is keep that ball basically in front of them. So whether you chose to play that 10, 11, 12 area, it wasn't going to hit 8 and it wasn't going to hit 15. It had to be right in front of you to make sure that you hit the pocket. There was no area to the right and there was no area to the left, unless you tried to burn up a spot in practice. So this was a very tough condition. Again, going back to spare shooting being very important.
Interesting. Off the block, let's see what happens. Van recovers and the ring and 10 pin.
Another great shot by Diana. She's bowling with such confidence right now. Basic 4-step, great leverage. Getting it to the about 1 board to the right of the tracer down lane, around 9. But still, not a lot of loop, or what you'd say is head belly in the front part of the lane. Basically keeping it kind of between that 9 and 13 area.
Let's go back to Shannon.
So I just talked to Danielle's ball rep, Dal Ballard, and he had said that because this pattern was so flat, that Danielle used a strong ball with quite a bit of surface on it, trying to burn up a spot around 5, 6, 7. And she's actually now just moved a couple left of that, using the same ball, trying to get it to roll. And then I talked to Rob Gottschall, Diana's ball rep, and he said that their game plan was for her to play left. And then the last 4 shots of practice, they noticed what Danielle was doing, and she jumped right. And she's just a few boards inside Danielle to try to take advantage of it.
Tough leave here, Shannon, no question about that.
This looks like a really good shot. She's going a little bit more direct than Diana, and the ball just breaks right at the end, goes to the nose. But again, in reference to what Shannon said, again, both girls trying to find where that spot is on the lane that will allow them just to hit the pocket and fill a frame. Eventually, you will migrate left, but it's a little bit quicker right now. As you can see, the lane is already going through a transition.
Medium scoring pace, as we saw.
It said medium scoring pace. I think it was a little bit lower. And also what I heard the majority of the girls say was they felt like the pattern played even longer than, as we see, it says 44 feet. I think a lot of the girls felt like it was about 48 feet.
Doesn't have her look. Here, Carolyn, coming off the open frame. Just the 7-pin count, 3-6-10 up here for Danielle, trying to find that 1-3 pocket.
Well, Danielle is really good at getting the ball off her hand really smooth. Doesn't have a lot of rotation, she's got that really fast thumb and just gets around it nice and easy. Right now, one of the ideas she may want to think about is probably picking up her ball speed just a little bit.
Covers, has her mark. So Diana wins a second Queens this year. How much will that change her life, do you think?
I think, monetary-wise, I'm not really even looking at that, but I think confidence-wise, you will now see her in the race for Player of the Year and/or being in that top 3 in points for the remainder of this year, because hers is all about confidence, and she's aggressive on every shot.
Little sticky in approach, a look down, but all 10 back for her. Let's go back to the Queens. Step ladder format. Liz Johnson was the #1 seed, and Diana bowling so well took care of Liz in the championship match. Second career Queens title, all smiles for Diana for good reason. She bowled so well.
And one of the keys, and this is great for people who are watching at home that want to talk about their mental game, every shot she threw in that Queens tournament, aggressive. There was no faltering. And here, first 3 frames, aggressive every shot.
2013, 2017 Queens champ. There's a 10-pin. Former collegiate superstar at Weber International.
Another good shot. 1 board to the right of that tracer again. Perfect. Getting it out to about 9, same area as Danielle was trying to get it to. Ring 10. This is where also on these tricky patterns, it's not about changing balls every other shot. It's about maybe changing your ball speed just a little bit. Get it to roll up a little bit sooner. Change that angle of entry into the pocket.
There's a 10-pin. 3 fifth-place finishes for her last year. Amazing. 7 top 10s. That all changes dramatically when she makes the Queens show and wins in the first major of 2017. Tough split here, having trouble finding that pocket.
It is. This is one of the keys here, is that with the longer pattern, at times when you feel like you can't keep it in front of you and play between that 13 to 16 area, some of the girls did try to move right. But again, as you can see, Danielle got that ball just a little bit right off her hand, and there is no recovery once you hit to that right of that 9 board.
210, knocks it down. Nice split conversion for a spare for Danielle McEwen. That was big.
Great shot by Danielle, changing to her spare, her plastic ball. Hits right to the left of the 2-pin. Knocks out the 10.
6 years member of Team USA. Going back to 2011, Junior Team USA. She was a very serious tennis player, she told us pre-match, in high school, and thought about playing tennis in college. And then pretty much 11th hour went the other way with bowling. The boys are split 4-pin. She's been all over the world, Team USA, and it's been a really incredible experience for her.
Much better shot by Danielle. She looks like she picked up her ball speed just a little bit. Again, did not miss right on that shot, and that's going to be the key to being able to tap out that 4-pin or the 10-pin.
Has the mark in the 5th. Zavialova steps up, works on the spare here, 5th frame with a 20-pin lead. Went back, watched her Queens win from 2013, 2015 tour win on YouTube. A lot of visualization. Herself in the right body frame. It's worked out pretty well. Continued success.
Spot on, about 13 out to that 9. I mean, she has really been, I mean, not off that one board to the right of that tracer down lane on those 5 shots. I mean, that's, well, again, we go back to the word confidence, and she's comfortable with what she's doing. She's always thrown it good, but it's the confidence now of, you know what, no matter what I do right now, it's going to be the right choice.
Sixth frame, expands the lead. 30 pins for Diana. She had that eye of the tiger. The same look when she won the Queens earlier this year. She's got it again today. The PWBA Storm Sacramento Open is underway on CBS Sports Network. Big hill to climb here, Carolyn. 6th frame coming up, works on a spare. What has to happen?
Well, right now, as you can see, you know, we'll probably get a little update here from Shannon, but she was talking to Mike Devaney, the ball rep, and she's going to go to a ball that's, you know, gets down the lane a little bit where she doesn't have to force it. I also think she has to just, I'm big on the ball speed. These patterns have called for more changes front to back on the ball speed.
Light way right at target. Leaves the 1-2. Shannon's got more on that.
As you guys see, Danielle just made a ball change. I spoke to Dell right as she was making this change, and they said because she did burn up a spot to the right, it was actually reading too early now. And so they made this ball change to something a little bit weaker, still with some service on it to control the mid lane, but hopefully this will help the ball from being up too early when the splits are in play.
Yeah, that's spot on. You know, again, she's got 78. She hasn't really found the pocket yet. So that shot there is telling her, once again, I can't get it to the right. Got to keep it in front of me. Another adjustment that a lot of the girls, whether you hooked it or played straight, were they moved their eyes to the left, but didn't move their feet, just to keep that angle a little more in front of them.
Washout. It's just been a struggle. Are you surprised?
Well, I'm always surprised because I always expect Danielle to pull good. But again, see how far right of the tracer she's getting it? She got that out to about 7-8, where Diana is keeping it more around that 9 area, where just a little bit of an arc. Just cannot throw it right because there is no recovery from the back end of the pattern.
That was a nice recovery. 1-2-8-10 does cover and a nice mark.
Hits to the left of the head pin, knocks the 10 right out.
Dan on the bench watches that lead just increase. Looks for the turkey. 46-pin lead. Didn't like it though. That's why. Could have been worse.
Definitely missed way left the target. She gets a little quick. I know from crossing with Diana, we chit-chat a little bit. She just gets a little quick in her start, pushes it just a little too soon, gets a little fast, closed down on it, which Diana does not do, and just missed way left the target. As you can see, this ball never, there's the tracer, gets to the left of the tracer around 11, 12. And again, as we talked about the pattern, when you miss left, the ball's going to go left. When you miss right, the ball is going to go to the right. That's what made this pattern so difficult.
Does not cover and leaves the 10 pin, so an open frame opens the door for Danielle. Looked like Diana was going to put the hammer down and finish it. Not so fast.
I don't want to jinx this either, but how you know that Diana's really in the groove and is totally confident in what she's doing. Diana is known to balk every now and then when she, I don't know if you recall that, where she starts and stops.
She had one of those, yep, today.
Okay, one, and she hasn't had one yet. So that again shows you just how confident she is in what she's doing.
She's committed to shots just like that. Bounce through the pocket, no problem. All 10 back.
Right here, that tracer down lane seems to be everybody's guideline, because that's where you're looking towards the end of that pattern to where your ball needs to be.
Wow. 1-2-7, and Danielle appears as mystified as everyone here. She just cannot get to the pocket. Way light.
Well, as we looked at when I was tracing on the pattern, there is no to the right. You know, again, when you throw it right, it's going to stay right. When you throw it left, it's going to go left. She sure is making them, though, isn't she?
Incredible, able to cover some really tough spares here to keep things still competitive. Zavyalova, the open frame late in the match. There's the max scores, 225, 191.
Well, as you can see, Danielle picked up the ball she started with, both a lot of surface, moved back to the area she was in. I'll tell you, at this point, if she's going to go to that ball, which she's only got 2 more frames left, or I'm sorry, 1 more frame after this, I'd make a big move. Yeah, I mean, you have nothing to lose, but I mean, you know, a 6-2 or a, whatever, 6-3, keep it parallel, just to get out of that zone and see what you have.
Spare clinic for Danielle McEwen. Unfortunately, this late in the match, she's in big trouble. Danielle's 25. She's going to learn, right?
Oh.
Every show's learning experience.
Well, the thing is, these ladies that bowled college and internationally, they have so much more experience coming into the tour than many, many women had years ago.
Look out. It's a high shot. Another split. We've seen a lot of those in this match. 4-6-7.
She missed left, right off her hand here. See how that was about 12-13? Never got to the right of this tracer. Remember we talked about that 9? Look where it is. It's to the left of the tracer, which bounces right off the pattern.
Leaves the 6-pin. Another open frame. Wait a minute. This has gotten interesting. And splits aplenty here.
Now this definitely has been the better lane for her than the right lane.
Diana's in a great spot here, Carolyn. Oh, 10 back, she's pumped. Zavyalova coming through when she needs it.
Another great shot by Diana.
Diana Diana looks very comfortable. Diana does it. Climbing the ladder. Rocio Restrepo is next. A three-time winner on the PWBA Tour. Diana over Danielle, 192-163. Rocio Restrepo is next. Who can forget Rocio? So inspirational after winning the Cubica AMF Sonoma County Open. She had this to say.
Don't ever give up on your dreams. As long as you have faith and you have the right people around you and surround yourself with positive people, it's gonna happen. And you can't win if you quit. So don't ever give up your dreams and always work hard and remember to treat others like you wanna be treated and be awesome every day. Just thank him upstairs, you know. He always has a plan. And it always works out if you believe.
Powerful words for a young bowler. Always be awesome.
I remember, I always have a story, right? No, she subbed on our Open Championship team, gosh, 5-6 years ago. I can't remember how many years ago it was. And there wasn't a tour yet. And all she ever said, we talked till 4 o'clock in the morning, and we just talked about bowling, how much she just wanted to be awesome. And I just want to bowl good every time I bowl, and I'm like, with your game, you will. And it's just so great to see her succeed.
She certainly has. Good start, Diana, to the next game. Those are powerful words. That was just incredibly inspirational.
Unbelievable.
For this year on the PWBA Tour. So here's Rocio. 29 years old, former star at Wichita State, from Louisville, Ohio, not far from Akron, but originally from Colombia, longtime member of Team Colombia. Three-time titleist, all 10 down.
Great come out shot there by Rocio. Four steps, that foot and ball move at the same time, walks right by a high backswing, but look at the leverage. Look at the leverage, and she just whips right through it, but with no pull down. It's just amazing. Great example of just letting that ball swing up, swing down, and let it go.
All 10 back for Rocio. Powerful shot. Shannon has more.
So I spoke with Diana and Rocio's ball reps, and they're both kind of attacking the pattern a little bit different. Diana's staying further to the right, but she went with the ball that she threw in the fill. It's actually a symmetrical ball, so it helps control it off the spot a little bit more. Where Rocio, you're going to see her much further left. She's throwing a very strong symmetrical ball, also to help it smooth down lane. However, she's playing more of a fallback.
And that's what the flatter patterns will allow you to do. Originally, you know, when you look at a pattern that winds up being flatter, you should have a few areas where you can play, but again, it's attacking it whether you can get it to the right, get it to the left, you have to be in front of you. This pattern's telling you, you got to be in front of you. It just depends on where you can get your ball to read the end of that pattern the right way. Right now, Rocio is choosing to be left of it. Diana is choosing to be right of it. And it's not as if Diana's ball does stop reacting, she can definitely get left.
That's right at target and leaves the 2-pin. It's a good breakdown, you guys. Reminder, any player who rolls a 300 game during our telecast will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. No chance in this game for Diana. has her mark. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Then visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. Special shout out to Fred Borden, longtime coach, overcoming open heart surgery, recovering now. Very emotional after her win earlier this season, dedicating the title to him. High shot, avoids the big four, but still a very tough split, 6-7-10.
Okay.
Definitely missed way left on this shot, even though she's playing that fallback. Right here, we're going to see she just didn't give it as much angle in the front, much straighter through the front, and you could see ball way left of where she was hitting down lane, about 12.
Just missed the 7 somehow. Didn't knock it down. Good effort.
This was a very mentally grinding week. And this is an example of where you throw 2 really good shots. Third shot may not be perfect, but you pay full penalty. You needed to let that go, regroup, and get back up and make a good shot because it was so easy to have an open frame.
Coming off an open frame. How does she respond? Just like that, all 10 back. She saw us through the rack. That's a nice recovery.
Smooth drop from the top. You can also see by her hand, her pointer finger, you notice when it comes up straight, you know she's really gotten around it and come through in it. When she waves at it a little bit, you know she's kind of missed left.
Response for Diana. And a match that could go right down to the wire here.
And she's singing. I accused her of singing when she won the Queens, and she said, no, she's singing.
Accusation accepted, is that what you're saying? Whatever keeps you loose. Worked out pretty well there. Good frame for a 24-pin lead. You bet. Finds the 1-3 pocket. Builds on the lead.
Right here, as you can see, this was a great shot by Rocio. She just lets it drop from the top. And right here, you can see her finger, when it comes straight up like that, you know she was way underneath it, and it was a really good shot off her hand. You know, and you can watch with that too, is Pete Weber. When his hand fans, you always know it's going to shoot right and make a great shot.
Come on. Great shot. Great shot.
How'd that one look?
She really caught that one. Still a good shot. Hey, it's something sparable. I think it's what everybody's looking at. Another good shot. See, you can just see it. But did you also see at the end her hand went like this? Just a little bit, kind of waved right at you. That's when you know she really got around it. And as you can see, it jumped just a little bit more off the end of the pattern, but still got a break and left the 4-pin.
Diana struck for the first 5 frames. 3 of the first 4 for Rocio, but the open in the 3rd. 9 spare in the 5th. Comes in high.
So quick. Wait on it.
6-9-10. Says wait on it. What does she mean?
And I was gonna say, she just told you right here what you did wrong. She got a little quick, And she wasn't waiting on, she doesn't pull down on it, but she waits and lets it fall naturally. On that one, got a little quick, pulled down on it just a little bit, misses left.
Chops the 9, open frame again for Rocio. Diana sees a lead, balloon at 38 pins. She'll look for a turkey to expand that advantage when we return. Diana's in a great spot here, Carolyn. Out of the commercial break, chance to go for the turkey, and up by 48 with a strike. All 10 back. That's how you do it.
Great shot by Diana. She is very aggressive. Here's one of the keys. Coming out of the commercial break, it's always crucial to make sure that you keep your ball speed up. There she is. She actually hit the tracer 10 board, which means right now she's got a little hold, using her ball speed to her advantage, keeping that ball in front of her, controlling the pocket, and it's paying off.
And sometimes you get lucky. And she missed the pocket there. We got a break.
Did not look like that bit of a shot. Got a little bit further right down lane, maybe a little firm. But, I mean, right now, everything seems to be going her way. I mean, she's coming off a great win. I mean, come on. You can't, that's when you look and go, oh, boy.
Say thank you.
Absolutely.
Late trip to 2 and 8. And Rocio down by 58.
Great shot. Good move.
10 pin there for Rocio. Shannon, what do you have?
So I talked with Rocio's ball rep, and during the break, he talked to her really quick about moving a little bit left and just making sure she stays behind the ball to help control the pocket and hopefully claw her way back into this match.
Shannon, here's the 10 pin and a conversion. There is time, but it's running out. Rocio just behind Liz Johnson last year for Player of the Year. A win already for Rocio in 2017. Third career title. Can Rocio do it this year? Player of the Year, what do you think?
I think she can. I think, honestly, I think there's several girls that could possibly be Player of the Year. I really do. They've become more confident over the last 2 years. On top of that confidence, they've won. So, you know, it's not as if they're just making shows and not winning, or just making cuts and not getting to the show. I mean, they're doing it all. They have the complete package. So I think you're going to see a few girls in the running this year, and she will definitely be one. Both of these girls will be one of them.
Absolutely. Zavyalova with the Queen's title, a major to begin the season. Rocio won event number 2. Two forward covers nicely, but she needs strikes at this point in a huge hole. Liz Johnson, top seed, Hall of Famer, waits the winner.
Now, Liz would be the one that you would look at on this pattern and probably say, you know what, she may not be the one you would have picked, because as the lanes broke down, you had to move left and get around it a little bit more. But here's the key to Liz's game. Her ball never really changes direction, so she can keep it in front of her, the best out of everyone. Diana missing a little left. Also, she hasn't really moved. She's only increased her ball speed a little bit. Might be time to make that parallel left. Another transition on the lanes. Lanes are always changing, and you have to be aware of what's going on.
Hazard spare, 3-6-10. Is there a big advantage for Diana having been out there watching the lanes transition as opposed to Liz as the top seed who's been waiting and watching?
Absolutely. I was asked that question even in years, back when I bowled on TV. I always felt it was an advantage to bowl that game on TV. Of course you're not leading, so you can finish third or fourth, but having that game on the lanes and seeing which lane is doing what absolutely is an advantage going into the championship game.
The good news, Diana's got a big lead. Bad news, she's losing her look here. Liz Johnson awaiting the winner. This match is officially over. And Rocio struggled mightily to find a good look. Will not succeed in winning her second title of the new season. Zavyalova does it again. And she advances to take on the top seed in the championship match, Liz Johnson. The PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network will crown another winner when we return. Diana or Liz, who wins? We'll find out. For Diana, first McEwen, then Restrepo. 221, 198. Liz Johnson and Diana will meet in a rematch of the Queen's Championship, won by Diana, 247, 216 to begin the 2017 PWBA season. Well, striking is important, but making spares even more, as Josie Ernest Barnes explains in this week's Bowling Tip.
Hi, this is Josie Ernest Barnes here, giving you a tip today on how to improve your spare game. One of the biggest mistakes I see when people are attempting to make spares is they don't align their body correctly. A lot of times their body isn't pointed in the direction of the pin they're attempting to hit. It is so important that when you get lined up that you make sure your feet, your hips, and your shoulders all point towards the pin that you're wanting to hit. When working on body alignment, there's a drill that I like to do to improve my spares. It starts with starting with my slide foot on the 10 board and shooting at the 10 pin 5 times, making sure my toes, my hips, and my shoulders are all pointed directly at the 10. Once I've made 5 10 pins from that spot, I'll then move 5 boards left, standing on 15 with my slide foot, and shoot the 10 pin again. This means that I will need to adjust my toes, hips, and shoulders just a little bit in order to be lined up towards the 10 pin again. I shoot 5 from there, and once I've made 5, I move again to the 20 board. And I do this working my way all the way across the lane until I've made 5 10 pins from each spot. Spares are a crucial part of your game, and this drill should help improve that part of your game exponentially.
Great tips, Josie, thanks. When we come back, time to crown a champion. PWBA Storm Sacramento Open Championship match. Zavyalova, Johnson, next. It comes down to this, our championship match. Zavyalova, Johnson, Liz the top seed, the legend. But last time these bowlers met, Carolyn, a 247-216 win for Diana. Queen's title. New day for Liz starts right here. 10 pin. How much will that enter in her mind in this tournament?
I don't think it's entering in her mind whatsoever. I think Liz is so mentally strong, and she's just been here so many times that it's just not a factor for her. It's a new day, it's a new tournament. Let's look down to business. It was a great shot by Liz, too. Liz is actually playing a little bit deeper than she did in practice. So again, we talked about lanes going through transition. She's also, great tip for people at home, she's using a pearl ball with some surface on it to read that mid lane. So once again, you won't see her, you know, typically you are not going to see Liz throw it right, throw it left, throw it right. She's going to keep it in front of her, keep it in play, and make her spares.
2 wins for Diana so far. A third will yield another tour title. 9-pin.
Great shot by Diana. Ball just drives back and never takes out the 9. Almost. Pin around
close.
the deck. It was definitely close.
We might have a late nudge there.
She's been really rock solid, too, on her first shots in each game.
Picks up the spare, no problem there for Diana. Back to Shannon.
Diana has now moved 3 and 2 further left on the right lane. To start the match, she was playing both these lanes very similar, but as the match has progressed, this right lane has blown up for her. So she's actually playing with the same ball, but 3 and 2 further left on the right lane. Liz, she's going to take a little bit of a different strategy. She's a little bit further right. She's using a pearlized ball to help give her hold. As we all know, she likes to play that hold, so that's what she's looking for.
Diana made the move on that right lane. All the bowlers have said that right lane had been breaking down a little bit in the front, hooking a little bit earlier. She's moving her feet 3 boards to the left and her eyes to left, just to keep, like I said, the parallel moves, because she doesn't feel like she has too much area yet to throw to. Still keeping it in front of her, but paralleling off that spot that she feels is hooking early.
Critical strategy. 1-game match here for Liz. Games, the average and match play record, leading her to the top seed. She opened to begin the Queens against Diana, and then opened in the 5th. It was never in the match. So a better start for her here in this championship match. Late tap on the 7, down it goes. She'll take that strike gladly.
Diana's bowl is starting at about, through the arrows, it's about hitting 12. And Liz, a little bit deeper. Wow, about 18, 19, which is, again, very unusual. But because of that transition, look at this. Still getting it to the right of that tracer down lane, which is the 9 board. Liz keeping it around 12.
Interesting comparison on the right lane. Left lane now. All 10 back. Best shot of the match so far for Liz Johnson.
If Liz can be aggressive and have that little bit of hold, that's her bread and butter. That's what makes her so unbeatable at times.
5-time major champion, 2-time player of the year, 2-time Queens champ. Not much Liz has not accomplished in this great sport. Diana wants to reach the stature of Liz Johnson one day. With shots like that, she might get there. It'll take a lot of years, but she is really on top of her game right now. Watch early round coverage of all PWBA events, plus live and on-demand coverage of the best professional bowling action on Extra Frame. Visit www.extraframe.tv for more information or to subscribe today.
Again, I mean, she is just, you know, right there, when you can see her ball, the shots that we have replayed with Diana, and her ball was only 2 shots were left of that tracer down lane. That's telling you that someone's projection is pretty rock solid right now, and that's not only with confidence, but that's just physically being that good at this moment.
Didn't hurry enough.
Close to the shot we saw in the 10th frame of the last game when she left the bucket. Gets this ball way right out to about 8 down lane. We've also talked about the left lane for all the bowlers has been tight from front to back. And what I mean by that is from the front part of the lane to the back part of the lane, all the bowlers have played the left lane to play tighter, looking for more hold.
2-5 bucket and a chop and 2 pins remaining, so she loses in count. And Liz Johnson up 25 pins now. Another player will roll a 300 here, but any player who does roll a 300 game during our telecast this year will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. Fourth frame to go up 35 pins. Oh yeah, how sweet it is. 1-3 pocket, shreds the rack, and Liz Johnson in great shape.
No head belly here, keeping it right in front of her, hitting about 20. And here, remember I said earlier, she was getting the ball to about 12. Right here, it's about 13, 14, which means now she has hold on the right lane too. That's from her ball speed, her angle, and again, using a ball that's a little cleaner through the front, but with the surface, still allows her to read the middle part of the lane and roll off the pattern.
It's a big reason why she won Player of the Year again last year.
Do you think? Could be.
Wow, what a season. Turkey looks for the 4-bagger. That's way high though, and 3-6 up for Liz. Knew it upon the release.
Change to her plastic ball to shoot at the spare. Another great idea for our viewers at home that always ask about spare shooting. A lot of the women use a plastic ball or a urethane ball to shoot at their spares. Takes the lane pattern out of play.
Avoids trouble. That's her mark. $80 bowlers representing 11 countries, including Latvia. Zavialova, born in Riga. Now lives in Austin, Texas. Perfect shot.
Again, just another showing of how mentally tough she is. Again, getting right by that tracer down lane, the 10 board, high flush, just executing to the best of her ability after commercial breaks, after sitting on the bench for the 2 frames. I mean, she just really shows how mentally tough she is right now.
Trip the 7-pin. And back-to-back jacks for Diana to keep things interesting. Our championship match. PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. We crown a champion next. Championship match, midway point. Liz Johnson trying for her first title of 2017. Coming off back-to-back Player of the Year awards. Rocio has the title this year. Fell short today, but she's joined now by Shannon.
Rocio, you already have 1 title this season, making your 2nd appearance. Things didn't go the way that you were hoping, I'm sure. But how is this going to give you the confidence for the rest of the season?
I feel really good that I was able to win 1 already, because that puts me in position to bowl the Players' Championship at the end of the year. So I'm really blessed. Today, I made a few bad shots, got a little excited, but you live and learn. And every week, if I put myself in the position to be out there, to be out here and win a title, if it goes good, it's okay. If it goes bad, I learn from it, and I definitely learn from this experience.
Thanks, Rocio. Dave?
Janet, Rocio. appreciate that. What do you think of Rocio's self-evaluation? Agree?
I think it's perfect. And you know what? It works for her, and it's simple. You know, don't dwell on the past. We can't change it. Take something from it and move on. And that's really what you need to do.
Liz didn't like that shot for good reason, right through the nose. So 3-6-10 standing for Liz Johnson now. It is crunch time, Carolyn.
Liz right here pulls up out of this shot just a little bit. You can see she lifted right up. Usually she stays down with their shot well after she lets it go. Changes to spare ball, 3-6-10. I'll tell you, Liz is one of the best spare shooters I've ever seen. So in that Queens match, when she missed that 10 pin, I have to tell you, I was really shocked. I was.
Everybody was.
So those odd things do happen every now and then, but 99.9% of the time, rock solid.
Seven-pin stands.
I heard her say, oh, she let that one go. Got that one a little bit to the right. Probably a little more firm because she, you know, helped the last one. But right here, around the 18 board, so got it just a little bit further right than she has been, but ball still stayed on line. Lucky to get a break, got the 5 pin out and only left the 7.
Converts there for her spare. Let's go back to Shannon.
As I mentioned earlier, Diana was actually playing these lanes different. She's now decided that she's going to play the left lane the same as the right lane and just maybe be a little bit softer on the left lane. She was just a little uncomfortable and was afraid that if she grabbed it, it would go high. So she's going to play him the same here, maybe just a little softer.
Good advice, Shannon.
Another great shot by Diana.
Good carry and a great shot. Keep things really interesting here.
Right here at the arrows, gets it to about 14. Again, her direction is just so good right now. And she knows that this pattern, she's very good at bowling on the long patterns. Very good. For somebody who has a lot of rotation off her hand, you would think, you know, oh, I'm going to miss, you know, they may miss to the right or because everybody thinks, oh, you're a hook player. Well, no, she's instilled in her game that she can play the pattern and keep it in front of her.
So those max scores. Big strike. On fire. 4-bagger. And all of a sudden, Liz is behind now.
Diane has a lot of hold on that left lane now. She softening up. Here's the other key. The lanes have flipped. The left lane was better for Diana to start. Now it seems like the right lane is. Now that she's made the adjustment, she's playing hold on the left lane.
Big shot, 8th frame. Liz Johnson, all 10 back. 60 feet to success for Liz in a big moment.
I'm not going to expect that Liz is going to back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there you can see, right there at the end, that shot. When she stays down, it's loose. Another one who does not pull down from the top, just lets it flow from the top down into her swing. Great leverage. That's what is the success for Liz.
High shot, avoided a disastrous split. Does have the 4-7 in a key moment. Need that strike. Has the clutch spare. If we have a tie, 1 ball, roll-off, Liz would choose the lane and the order as the top seed if we're all tied up. It's close. Ninth frame. Bagger. Yes, huge shot again. Yalova coming through when she needs it.
She has not veered off the beaten path. Look at this. I mean, just rock solid on this right lane. She has carried the high flush hit, the mixer. That's all about the rotation off her hand. And again, keeping that ball in that 1-3 pocket and not veering off her game plan. You know, she had a game plan as to what she was going to do when the lanes transitioned, and she stuck to it, and it's worked.
What you need, striking 5. A split instead. Goodness. 6-7, Carolyn.
That shot did not look that bad off her hand, maybe a little bit slower, but as Shannon had referenced, she was going to slow up her ball speed, got it inside down the tracer about 11, so she might have missed just a little left, but that could be with the ball speed just being a little slow, missed a little left, paid the full penalty.
Leaves the 7 and finishes at 211. And a moment ago, it looked like she'd be in the 240s. Now Liz is ahead, and she steps up in the 10th with a chance to put it away. Just did a 180. 18-pin fill to win it here for Liz in the 10th.
High flush last time on this lane.
Yeah! Big strike takes advantage. Liz, the legend, gets closer.
Great shot by Liz. Got that inside of target just a little bit, but her ball speed kept it in line with what she was trying to do, and she knew it.
19 career titles. That's what she needs to get to 20. Needs 8 for a championship. How about 10? How about a title? Again for Liz Johnson. Liz Johnson has done it again. Two-time reigning Tour Player of the Year, has won for the first time in 2017.
Great ball. So good.
Avenges the loss to Diana in the Queen's final. Celebrates with Kasia. And again, will raise the trophy, as she's done so many times in her incredible Hall of Fame career. Smithfield moment of the match, Carolyn, without question. The strike in the 10th to put it away.
Rock solid. She is ready. Firm.
Right there, baby, Storm.
Straight
Storm
in front of
products,
her.
#1 in the world.
Throws it great off her hand.
We'll hear from Liz Johnson, champion again on the PWBA Tour. When we return, how sweet it is for Liz, a champion once more. Shocking finish. Zavyalova opens the door, and Liz Johnson wins for the 20th time in her great career. She's lane level now with Shannon.
I'm here with Bill and Barb Crispin from Storm Bowling Products to present the trophy.
Congratulations, Liz. We're just thrilled that I'm presenting you this. We are presenting this trophy.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bowling great.
Thank you very much.
Liz, title number 20 over an incredible, incredible career. What does 20 mean to you?
I didn't know it was that much. You know, I'm just very blessed that I've been able to do this for 20 years. I can't believe it, you know. I'm honored to be able to bowl, you know, for the best bowling company in the world. Storm Products, Bowling Barbara Christman, you guys are the best. Turbo Grips, United States Bowling Congress, Go Bowling, Pepsi, everybody, Turbo Grips. Thank you so much for allowing me to be able to do what I can do, and you know, this is awesome. I can't believe it.
You're a two-time reigning Player of the Year. You're making your case already for your third one. 2 shows in, winning 1. Does this give you the confidence you need for the rest of the season?
Yeah, you know, just you know, you never know going into from one season to the next, and I try not to put my expectations too high because I don't, you know, let myself down. But you know, I feel really good, and it's just a great start to the year, and you know, it gives me confidence going to the rest of the year, and who knows what can happen now.
Thanks, Liz.
Congratulations to Liz Johnson. Shannon, thanks so much. Strikes out in the 10th and a 224-211 win over Zabialova in the championship match. Liz Johnson has done it again. Emotional moment for her.